Hello, this is Dr. Yakman here, and welcome to Battle with the Best of Them. I'm going to turn down this music here. It's too loud. But I guess I'll get right into this. My photos that I've taken for or with Pokemon Go in this last month. If you noticed this right here, I can't remember who this person is. I think somebody who gave me a ride. I can't remember who it was, but either way, you'll notice sometimes that their picture is offset to the side. It's just a glitch. I like to record that kind of stuff. Here's another glitch with friends. My friend Chiskuro, she there's no like Ultra Friend is the third heart, but there's no hearts here. Isn't that weird? During the beginning of this month, because this is the video for the end of the month. It's April 2019. Duck Trios everywhere, right? But I only got 2 shiny Duck Trios, which, it's all I needed, but I kind of wanted some more for trade fodder or whatever. And there's a lot of people who didn't get any. That's a thing, and I don't know why I took a picture of that. But I had some saved back for Cincy Scott that I had a picture of for the Community Day for the month before. I don't know why that's still in this month's pictures, but whatever. This I was trying to show. Ooh, nice pretty rainbow. That's why this is there. But this one I was trying to show where I think a Spendistop was earlier in the month. I caught another shiny Eevee. Labeled that for Chrissy. It's warm out. It's like summertime, pretty much. And yet, here's a snowy, icy cast form. Whatever. This is my 3rd shiny Meltan when they reopened the Meltans as a shiny form. This will be the 2nd time that they did this. I got my 2nd one from that load of them. Because I only got one the first time, but regardless, I got a 3rd one. My first lucky, no, actually, it's my 2nd lucky friend lucky trade, but my first, my first Caterpie shiny, and it ended up being lucky from a lucky friend. I want to thank Mara Jade, Renaissance Gal, for that. Nuts everywhere. This Plusle right here, I don't know if he's one of 2 things. He's fluffing the Taurus, or he's his proctologist. Whatever. Okay, so the Detective Pikachu stuff was going on. Probably gonna make a separate video about the Detective Pikachu stuff, but that was fun, and I had a lot of fun with that. And the movie was great. Like I said, separate video. But I was gearing up, and I got my first Detective Pikachu picture, and got Detective Pikachu itself. It's weird because I swear in the picture it had a rounded tail like it was female, and then on the map it looked like it was female, but then when I caught it, it was male. All of the Detective Pikachus have been male. That's side note. There's Flareon because he was in the movie. These 2 that I circled here are from Lucky Friend Lucky Trades. I was trying to point that out to somebody. Here's another Detective Pikachu. I missed a couple of days for that. Apom was also out. He was a part of the Detective Pikachu thing. Nidorino, that's rare to see in the wild. There's my amiibo of Detective Pikachu, and I decided to take a picture of that with Detective Pikachu to get a photobomb Detective Pikachu. Another one. I got my 2nd Snubble. Months of no Snubbles, and my friend, she had gotten one from her field research, and then now I have 2. They both, neither one of them are Battle with the Best of them, but whatever. Cloyster in the wild. Whatever. That's crazy. I think I had missed a day or something like that. I was like, why isn't it showing up? It's because I had missed a day, or did it too early, too late, whatever it was. These are really rare to find in the wild, but there you go. Oh, this is when I was showing that At the time, Delco was a onyx nest. And then this is really what a weird coincidence. There's the Starbucks at Kroger, Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle. The starters all in order. Glitch with the one update that was forced through. I kind of didn't want to update at the time because I'd heard a lot of glitches were going on. And this was one of them. There's gym and PvP battle glitches and what was it? Just like friend glitches. Snorlax in the wild rare. 6 Apoms. None of those were shiny, of course. I was surrounded by Apoms at work. This ended up being blank for some reason. It was weird. So there's a glitch. Here I could see in the distance when they finally introduced the lures, which the rumor is that there also is going to be special incenses as well. But we'll talk about that another day when they actually introduce it. But here are the different ones. There's the magnetic one here, the mossy one, which you can't really see too well because the icy one's kind of in the way, but there's that. I got my 80th Sinnoh Pokemon. This was a hot spot at my stop that's close to my house, Van Buren, for Hippopotas. Shellos was I think my 80th Pokemon. He became shiny too. This was rare to find this in the wild, but that was before Torchic Community Day. My results were pretty good. The Torchics were pretty much everywhere. Here's another glitch with this raid. As you can see, the Shinx is fainting or losing, and yet he's got plenty of energy up here. Well, not plenty. He's in the red, but whatever. Here's the Torchics that I ended up getting. I may have already traded some of those off. I'm not too sure, or at least one of them maybe. Not more than one, but blah blah blah. None of them ended up being battle with the best of them. That's something that's different about. To just go over my Torchic Day results with Charmander, which was the fire starter from first generation, and then Cyndaquil, which is the fire starter from the second generation. I got 2 battle with the best of them. And I made them into Typhlosions, one for trade for later, a shiny one. And my very first ever shiny battle with the best of them was my Charmander, which I evolved all the way up, and it's actually my best Charizard. But yet, none for Torchic. So I found that kind of odd. Kind of broke the thing here. Here's a couple of pictures of the perfects that I got in recent caught. I was trying to piece them together, but there you go, all in order. I got a defense Deoxys, and my friend Sarah Shirokami, she got an attack Deoxys, perfect. But I put these in order from when I had caught them. These are all my perfects. As you can see, I have Wigglytuff, Jigglypuff, and Igglybuff as perfect. I have a perfect Melmetal, Lugia, Deoxys Defense, Machamp, perfect Dragonite. That's good. And then I've got 2 perfect Starmies. I got a perfect Mudkip saved up for its Community Day coming up. I have Crabs, perfect Crawdaunt, and a perfect Kingler. When the Combees first came out, they were male and female, like about equal amounts. Now, whenever you see them, they seem to only be male. It's very rare to find a female one, and that's what you need to do, or to get Vespiquen, is you have to have a female one. So I was just showing that off. Angela DR, she actually, I think she's in Waynesville. She, I guess there was a glitch, and some people, she happened to be one of them, got the Eastern Hemisphere Shellos. Only one of them, though. and then we have the Western Hemisphere one, which is pink. Then I was showing my start of my shiny streak because Sunday was on that community day was a Sunday, and then Monday I got a Shelder, Caterpie, my second one, which was crazy because I had just gotten it right after I had gotten my first one from a lucky trade with a lucky friend. And then I got my second Shinx. That was actually my 6th Shelder, which I've already traded off because everybody wants Shelders, and I'm the only one who seems to get them. And I think that was my 5th Swablu, and then this is my 4th Murkrow. That's nuts. I was doing a bunch of raids. I got a shiny Alola Marowak. I've been pretty lucky with that. I've done so many Raichu ones, Alola Raichus. No shinies of those, though. Still. Slack off, I didn't realize at the time that was a raid that was going on. But they had this extraordinary raid week thing going on. During that, I was at the... well, let's just watch this video. Yeah, I'm just recording this for prosperity. I'm being struck by a sharp object. That's so weird. Look at this. Yeah, I'm just recording this for prosperity. So that was, it seemed like my Pikachu hat, it was glitching out, and one of the ears was just like getting, the polygons were being stretched for it or whatever. But, I could be wrong about that. But regardless, that happens every once in a while. I just happened to be recording it at the time. Thought it was funny. My first shiny Lapras. And then I ended up getting 3 on the Lapras day. So there's my streak so far. There's Shelder on Monday, which was the Monday after the community day, which was a Sunday this last time for Torchic. Tuesday, Caterpie. Shinx was Wednesday. Thursday, I got Swablu and Murkrow. No new ones, but, whatever. I'll take whatever I can get. Marowak. Alola on Friday, and then Saturday I got 3 Laprases. And so that was my week streak going on, but I was going further for Sunday. I was raiding all day on Sunday trying to catch another shiny or do a task to get another shiny or hatch a shiny. Nothing was working. I was on the bus on the way home, and I saw this distant stop, like I'm on the bus going this direction, and like as if I'd already spun that stop there. I didn't, so that was a glitch. Whiscash, that's rare to find in the wild. There's a Snorlax, rare to find in the wild. Then I got home after spending all day trying to get a shiny, and I click on a Sunkern, and I was like, wait a minute. I had to double take that because Sunkerns are kind of hard to tell, and this is my very first Sunkern shiny. The leaf is a little bit different. It's like more tan, kind of like Pikachu. It's a more tan yellow. So that was my full week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then back to Sunday of at least 1 a day catching shinies. I'd already traded off one of my shiny Laprases to Sarah. That's rare to find in the wild. I had walked 20 kilometers probably in 1 day on Sunday trying to do all those raids by myself to try to get a shiny. So I got 70 for that week. 70.3. This is rare to find it in the wild, but there it was. This is my first sleeping Snorlax. I may try to do a video of getting, just, for prosperity's sake. We saw the code coming up, knowing that it was coming up, that it was going to be a thing, an event, but we didn't know what the event was involved with. It happened right after they had this Pokemon conference, which there's also going to be a Pokemon Direct before E3 next week, which is going to deal with Sword and Shield, but they introduced this thing called Pokemon Sleep. There's going to be a new device. It's like called the Pokemon Plus Plus. talk about that in another video, because to me that's a whole other interesting topic in itself. But to celebrate that, they have sleeping Snorlax. So there he is at work. There's my first. Well, I didn't get to do it, but I saw it from a distance. Sandy Burmy. There's 3 different forms of Burmy. So I'm gonna talk about that. With this, here's the Pokemon. Okay, what is this? What's this on the day? Well, that was the end of the last month. I think I had recorded evolving that one. Yeah, it was last month. Okay, so this month begins with, I want to say this Coughing or Diglett. It begins with that Diglett, but that was my second Diglett, but my first one was better, so this one I'm going to evolve into Dugtrio, and I'm going to go ahead and do that now. That's going to be part of the fun of this video, is showing you all these evolves. I do have a lot of evolves to do, shinies and others, so enjoy. How did you guys do on your, for the, Dugtrio event that they had going on, or the Diglett event that they had going on? So I have a perfect Diglett, Dugtrio, and I have a shiny Dugtrio. Crazy. And this was, I believe, my 5th Shelter, but it was my best one, so I'm keeping it. I want to thank some people that gave me some trades. This was, I have the entire Clan Pearl family now, thanks to people who traded them to me, because I didn't get shiny Clan Pearls on that day. This is from Cincy Scott. Thank you. And there's my 3rd Meltan, which I had taken a picture of earlier. And another Bulbasaur. I've gotten so many Bulbasaurs. There's my Send of 4. I think I got 2 of those, but I traded one of them off already. This was a trade, or this was a egg that was sent to me from Chiaroscuro when she was in Baltimore? Yeah. So that's my first Maryland Pokemon. This was traded to me from, speaking of Detective Pikachu, you've been very helpful with the cards and information and everything later night. Thank you very much. This is my first shiny Xatu, because I had a shiny Natu already. I'm the kind of person who doesn't, I like to have the whole family before I evolve. Or, at least, one of each in the family as I evolve. So barely tell the difference, but it's got like orange tips instead of reddish tips. But there we go. That's a very low level one. I'll have to power it up, but that's what that is. But that one had better stats than the one that I had caught before, but she had traded that to me. And I'm going to show as an example this one right here. I'm going to name it something goofy. Now when you name something, it'll keep the name, right? Because, it just does that. So I'm going to go ahead and evolve this up. I need a 3rd Caterpie before I can make Butterfree, and this one's going to be the one that's going to be Butterfree, because it's lucky and it's battle with the best of them, and it's special to my heart. I'm going to thank Mara Jade for that, Renaissance Gal. She traded it to me, so now I have a shiny Caterpie and a shiny Metapod, which I think Metapod looks sweet. But, so let's say you mistakenly name something or whatever, and you can't remember the name of it or how to spell it or whatever. So just leave it blank, and it'll do it for you. And then I like to, of the shinies that I'm keeping, I like to mark them with this shiny mark, so that I know not to trade them away. I think I would know not to trade that one away, but it's just the trick I do. Got one from Indy a trade. Who traded that to me? I can't remember. I didn't get a second shiny Apom. That kind of sucks. Oh, Shirokami, she gave that to me. There's I think my first Detective Pikachu. I got some Detective Pikachus up for trade. Ooh, and I got like I said, I got my second shiny. I already pre-named it Gramble because I accidentally X'd out of it instead of evolving it. And here's evolution of Shiny Gramble. It's very pale looking when I've seen it in gyms. Snubbull looks cute, but this one's crazy. I've been noticing a lot of the independent shinies that I've been catching have been female. I can't remember if this one's male. And I was the only one during the Torchic day to get a female one. A friend of mine, a Green Onion Stick, he caught, I think, 25 or 26 Torchics, all of them male. So I had a female one. And it ended up being one of my better stat ones, even though I didn't have a battle with best of them. Already made Gastrodon, because I had my second one. You notice it's got the Eastern Hemisphere colors for its candy, but I need to power that one up. But it's a battle with the best of them. That was actually my second one. A lot of the Cherums, there's the cloudy ones that are not bloomed, and then the ones that are blossomed here are the sunny ones. Those, I have several battle with the best of those already. And it's funny because Cherubi is what they evolve from, but you hardly ever see Cherubis. I've got one that's battle with the best of that, though, too, because I hatched one. So that's pretty crazy, and then I got another one for trade. My first Burmy was a trash one, which is my favorite, so that's cool. But as you can see, there's a female one, and it'll turn into, like, well, you'll see. And then there's the male one, kind of turns into like a moth-looking thing. This one's male, so see how it has wings there. But I'm not going to evolve. I only have one battle with the best of them that's worth evolving. I'll show you in a moment. I got a Lucky Bonsly. There's a difference between the male and female Hippopotas, if you haven't checked that already. There's the darker ones are female and the lighter ones are male. The evolved forms of them are also different. I have two Swablues shinies and a Murkrow up for trade. It's got to be a special trade though. No shiny Bronzers. Got some good Laprases. And that's a double legacy move on those Laprases, by the way. So you got Ice Shard and Ice Beam, which is why I have a snowman and a snowflake on it to represent that. I got one from Atlanta. I think this was Laranite's husband, Yorn. He was down there and he sent this up to me in egg form, so that was awesome. I got this in a trade, and exclamation point unknown from Green Onion Stick, and that's from Germany too, so that's awesome. I got a lucky cast form, that's the icy form. There's my first Sunkern, so that's pretty awesome. There's a battle with the best of them Burmy, but I'm not going to evolve that one. I'm going to evolve this other one. Here's a Huntail that was traded to me. Thank you very much to Polygon Gen. So, like I said, I got the whole family. That was a very high Cranidos, but it's not battle with the best of them. This is a high Bagon, battle with the best of them. I got a nearly perfect Metatite today. There were 14s across though, so it's not perfect. And then I got a couple of Snorlaxes with Yawn. Let's talk about Yawn real quick. Alright, before I do this next evolve. So, Yawn is 0. And in trainer battles, it's 0. it has a high energy gain, so you can get to your charge move faster. In some instances, in the case of the other Pokemon that uses Yawn, let me see here. Yawn is the move. You got Slacking, which, wouldn't you know, is the community day that's coming out for it. So a lot of people are arguing, is Slacking going to have, is this community day move finally going to be a different quick move because it can only learn Yawn, or is it going to be a new charge move? Well, here's the thing. I'm thinking that they're going to change something with Yawn. That's why they're doing something with Snorlax now, with it having the exclusive move of Yawn. Now, in regular Pokemon games, there's status effects. There's paralysis, there's, freezing, burning, poison. You can suck energy from other Pokemon into your Pokemon with certain moves. You can just do different status effects. Now, there are some moves in Pokemon Go, like, for instance, Ancient Power, that will do stat boosts, or can possibly decrease stats of your opponent. So here's a Lileep, and it has Ancient Power, and when you go to trainer battles, the PvP, it says attack boost, chance, and defense boost. So there's chances there, there's status changes, there's temporary boosts, or what have you. Yawn, though, for whatever reason, that's weird that they're giving Snorlax Yawn now, and that's the only move that the next Community Day Pokemon can learn in its highest evolved form, Slacking. So are they going to give it a Slacking? I don't want to get into a bunch of Community Day stuff with this video, because this video is already probably way too long, yes. I don't want to get into a bunch of Community Day stuff here, but, not until the move is announced. But is it going to be a new charge move, or is there going to be a status effect with Yawn? Is it going to be a new fast move, and Yawn just happens to be what they gave Snorlax because it's sleeping right now? Whatever. Speaking of that current event of Snorlax, if you've got a Pokemon Go Plus, it's an instant catch with that. As it is now, it's kind of like an event catch, which maybe that's a bad name for that, because there's events in Pokemon Go. But like, for instance, when you do mythical Pokemon, and it has to be, it's usually on the third ball that you catch it, and to try to make it more dramatic or whatever. That's the way it is with Snorlax. Now, if you try to do a quick catch, or if you get very unlucky, because I think the chances are like 1 in 100 that it'll run away from you, then it can run away from you. But if you're using the Pokemon Go Plus, it's 100%, and 99% of the time you're going to catch it on the third ball if you go to do it regular way. Enough of that, let's evolve this Burmy. Now this one's a female one. Ooh, I need more berries, or more candies. I got plenty of rare candy. I can give it. Go up to 50, and evolve. This one was one that I got from a raid battle. I was hoping that it was going to be male, so that I could make both the male and the female forms, since I have battle with the best of them of both. But you get what you get. There's that. There's another new Pokemon for me. New registry. And that is Wormadam. Or Wormadam, I don't know. I've been doing Cresselia raids. That's the current legendary that's out now, and there's shinies for it. Shiro Kami got a shiny. Not me, though, yet. I'm going to go on the raid train tomorrow. I'll be bringing my Switch with me. Give out Meltan mystery boxes. I'm going to be probably bringing my Switch with me to work all of next week, because in celebration of Adventure Week, Pokemon Go in general. Also, people have been requesting that of me, so I'm going to be bringing it in. I'm going to be talking about it on Discord. And also for E3 and also for the Pokemon Direct that's going on for Pokemon news, mostly probably related to Pokemon Sword and Shield for Switch. But, you know, there's going to be, it's a big Nintendo time for me. So I'm going to be bringing in my Switch for helping people out with Meltan boxes. There's no shinies right now, unfortunately. But still, though, people have been asking me, so I'm going to bring it in and announce that on Discord. Was there any other ones that I needed to do? Oh, yeah. I have my second shiny Shinx. So I'm going to evolve my other one that was better up to, I think it's Luxio, and then there's Luxray. So this one will be my first shiny Luxio. Oh yeah, and then I got my first lucky trade was a Lotad, because I struck out on the Lotad day just like I did with the Clamperl day and the Feebas day. I need 2 shiny Feebas, by the way. And then, like I said, here I had screwed up the name here, so I need to fix this. I need to get rid of this and rename to Luxio, and then I need to add the heart because 2 of its stats were perfect. That's how I organized mine. And I need to add forgot to add the shiny symbol. Boom. And now I need to make a Lombre. I cannot wait to make a shiny Ludicolo, so this is Lotad. He was in the movie. That was kind of cool. This one is going to be the one. Battle with the best of them. And it keeps making me X out instead of evolve. And lucky. So, let me see. Oh yeah, I was going to show you the other Burmy forms. Man, he just looks cool. I cannot wait to make Ludicolo. I need to get another shiny Lotad. Quick. Somebody out there give me one. I'm sorry I'm out of shiny Shelders to trade for it, but I'm sure I'll get another shiny Shelder before I get a shiny Lotad. Yeah. So, I want to go to the Pokédex, and I want to show you it is so when you look at the family here, there's the plant cloak, the sandy cloak, and the trash cloak, which I only have the plant one. And then I got the trash coat of Burmy, but, you know, it turns into Wormadam. But when you go back, there's also another form for the males. It's like a moth-looking one. I can't remember the name of it. I'm not going to look it up now. I feel dumb already for not knowing that, but that'll be another one to add to the Pokédex once I finally get a male one good enough to evolve. And, I wanted to show you this, in case you didn't know about it. One of my friends found the Gibble. I don't know if it was good enough to evolve all the way up, but he did evolve it all the way up. This is Green Onion Stick. And he evolved Gibble, which is a cool one. I think it'll have its own community day. I thought it was going to have its own community day for the first time they showed it, but there is Garchomp. Ladies and gentlemen, he's got a Garchomp. That's awesome. Man, there was so much stuff that happened in this last month, and here I am. I'm already over a half an hour of talking about this stuff. But, you know, I showed you some cool evolves and all the stuff that I've gotten recently. I don't think that there was any other cool, I don't think I got any more perfects beyond what I had shown in that picture. Nope, my last one was that Defense Deoxys. That was perfect. So, and I did all the evolves that I was going to do, and I talked about the Burmy thing. And, let's go over the news. So, next week, Adventure Week, there is Like the Cressalia's out now, and then it'll be Kyogre and Groudon, which are already shiny, so we already know about that, but Cresselia is now shiny now. This is the Snorlax thing. I would say look up this stuff about Pokemon Sleep. That's, you know, I'm going to make a separate video on that probably, because that's probably after E3, if they discuss some more of that. But there's that. We don't know if there's going to be different status effects with Yawn, but Adventure Week is coming out finally again. I didn't think they would squeeze it in between this Snorlax thing. They just event after event after event. And they're adding 3 shinies. They're going to add the Lileep, Anorith, and Onyx. So, and it stinks because Onyx Nest was just at Delco, but the Nest just moved recently. But regardless, I'm probably going to be hitting a bunch of new stops up in Inglewood. They're new for me anyway. And because I've been planning on going up to Inglewood to visit some friends for a while, and this is Adventure Week is the perfect time to do it because you get more experience and stuff for doing that. Also, 4 times Buddy Candy, so a Pokemon like a legendary or a mythical or whatever, they sometimes they take 10 or 20 kilometers to get a candy. Well, now you'll be getting 4 candy for that. Or if you want to go, you know, low scale, Magikarp is 1 candy per 1 kilometer. Now you'll get 4 candies per 1 kilometer. So that's, you know, either way, I think that's a good deal. I'm probably going to walk some legendaries or something during this this Adventure Week to do that. I really wanted to push this Adventure Sync, which I have that on already, and I use my Pokemon Go Plus all the time. So, specially themed field research tasks, so be aware of that. And like I said, I didn't think that they would squeeze in another event in between this Pokemon Sleep and Snorlax Yawn thing, in between that and Pokemon Go Fest, which, you know, the first one's going to be in Chicago, here in America. So, I already know a couple of people who are going to that, so that's pretty awesome. They'll be sending me stuff. This is the thing. Make sure you have empty slots for when they send you those eggs, so that, you know, you can get some from GoFest, so that'll be cool. And, you know, those who are going to GoFest, you know, they'll have cool stuff to trade you, more unknowns, probably spelling out something different this year, like Jirachi is coming, obviously, for GoFest. Just be prepared for GoFest. Make friends with people. Excuse me. Get ready for this Adventure Week. Is there something else that I'm missing for Adventure Week 2? Just mainly rock types and going out and getting new stops is what it is. But there's 3 new shinies that they're introducing in this, so that's gonna be pretty crazy. I can't think of anything else. Let me look at my notes here just in case. I do think that there might be status effects coming into Pokemon Go. They've been adding stuff left and right. My next videos will probably be about the Pokemon Sleep thing. That'll probably be after E3. I'll probably do a Nintendo Agenda again, which I haven't done that in like years. And I'll be doing more updates with my blog and stuff. Man, I've been so busy, especially with Pokemon Go and other stuff at work, that I haven't had time to work on my blog, which I really, really need to. I'll be doing something about Detective Pikachu, the movie itself, and the cards, and, you know, Pokemon Go related stuff. And I'll probably be doing some other videos too that I'm planning, but this video right here is already too long, about 40 minutes. Gee whiz. Thanks for bearing with me, and I'm going to go ahead and call it quits. If I've forgotten something, then that's my fault, and I will need to worry about that next time. Yeah, glitches, no, Pokemon, nothing, news, game update, events. Upcoming events, theories, speculation. These are in my notes. I'm just trying to see if there's anything that I'm forgetting. Yeah, I'll probably, like I said, I'll make a separate video about Detective Pikachu, separate video about Pokemon Sleep, and you know what that all means. Separate video for E3. You know. Thanks for watching. Sorry this is so long. I mean, I might add notes to some of my YouTube videos so that you can find what you're looking for and like maybe skip ahead or whatever just to look for it, because I usually go over a lot of things, especially with these end of the month videos, which I think this is the third time that I've done this, second or third time that I've done this. They're long, and I'm sorry about that. But, you know, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.